So I kind of was comfortable in the DC environment by then. And man, I met and had a meeting and a coffee, whatever you want to call it, in her offices, a beautiful, just genius African American woman, just putting it incidentally into some sort of cultural context, considering her level of authority and power over HIV and AIDS at that time. She was like the watershed. She was like the gatekeeper. National AIDS something, something, something. And man, we fell in love with each other. I mean, we traded personal phone numbers, addresses. I got a card from her. I returned the card. Very weird environment. Not weird, but like you develop these interpersonal relationships with these very high level people because the baseline is such a need that tears people's hearts apart at that time. This was 1999. We weren't even out of the 1900s yet with HIV. And the thing is, once we got it under control in certain arenas, the children affected by AIDS did not really kind of wobble. I mean, it was wobbly. And then it started to go international. Not literally, of course, it was there. But the need in Sub-Saharan Africa was like, you can't wrap your mind around it. So then we had to extend CAF, as it was known, globally. Through New York City, through filmmakers, documentarians that gave us entree globally. And then I sold my soul to the devil and left that organization. You guys, it looks like a glib off the cuff remark, but no, it was a massive career mistake. It broke me. Not in the end of the corporate. It broke me once I realized what I had done. So then, real quick, I'm there already in DC, and the woman, one of the three that I mentioned already, that were my prime movers, my major influences in clinical grant writing and social work, was there. The number one, the first kick in the ass who taught me everything I knew to that point and since, Sue. And I meet her on a subway train thing in, what is that? What starts with the D? It's in, it's the DC airport. And it's going to drive me crazy if I try to think of it. So we're face to face now. And she's staying and meeting and commiserating and doing her job with all the people that I was begging money from. The officials that waited at that door, tapping the clock in the last 4 minutes, because if you don't turn in your grant proposal at the 57th second, they close the doors. So these were the people, because she invited me to lunch, because we were close. But here we go, I'm at a table full of money beggars, so to speak, and here I am the money giver. But I'm the youngster, but kind of not really. So it was an amazing dynamic of having this dinner with these people from CBOs and from clinical work, social, and grant writing that I had been working with for years, suddenly on the flip side of my professional role and still ribbing each other and talking old times. So that was sort of like how it strangely wrapped up, you know, bumping into Sue, and then this sort of weird reconfiguration of our relationship with a wink and a nudge. It was a very, I don't know what it's like now, but it was a very dynamic, very fascinating, fast-paced and critically important arena to be working in the late 90s. And at that level, dealing with the White House, and at the level of grant writing that I was doing and writing personal letters for the CEO of Mattel Global, this was the pinnacle of my career. Standing there in DuPont Circle in Washington, D.C., in that role, in that circumstance, was the pinnacle of my career. So there you go. If there's no other takeaway, there's the pinnacle of my career. So I covered DC, didn't get too much into the nonprofit stuff, and I certainly stay away from that fucking corporate shit. So thank you for joining me. I feel better already. Why does this always happen when I talk to you guys? Oh well, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I love you. And be good. And be good to those you care about. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.